New rumors suggest that Facebook might be looking to launch their own cryptocurrency already as early as in 2020. We've all heard about the Facebook cryptocurrency before, but now we have even more details. They've started to actually start LLCs, start actual companies, form new companies, and we have a project name for this coin. I'm also going to go through not only the news article that came out from BBC today, we're also going to go through the fundamental differences between a potential Facebook cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and we're going to see in which areas can this Facebook coin actually fight Bitcoin and can it win. So I hope you are excited. We're going to see if this is a real threat to crypto or not. So I hope that you stay tuned and you watch all the way until the end. Before we do that, I of course want to tell you that this video is brought to you by Exchange Rating. It's our latest project, and if you haven't already gone to Exchange Rating, left a review, clicked around a little bit, left some feedback, submitted a complaint, submitted a review, please do so ASAP. And if you have any feedback, you can leave it in the comment section below. It's an important website that strives to provide more transparency, more openness to the cryptocurrency exchange space. So it's a really important project, and I want you to be a part of it to help us actually improve this space. With that being said, we're going to move into the news. And that is that, let's see here, Facebook plans to launch GlobalCoin currency in 2020. So that is apparently the project name, GlobalCoin. I'm not sure it's a great name. People aren't very happy with these globalist names anyway. But I guess GlobalCoin is only a project name. It doesn't sound too sexy in my opinion. But okay, let's get into the actual article. Facebook is finalizing plans to launch its own cryptocurrency next year. It is planning to set up a digital payment system in about a dozen countries by the first quarter of 2020. The social media giant wants to start testing its cryptocurrency, which has been referred to internally as GlobalCoin, by the end of this year. Facebook is expected to outline plans in more detail this summer and has already spoken to Bank of England Governor Mark Carney. Founder Mark Zuckerberg met, well, that's not even interesting. Let's see here. How will Facebook cryptocurrencies work? Facebook wants to create a digital currency that provides affordable and secure ways of making payments regardless of whether the user has a bank account. And this is very important, as we'll see later on. This goal of providing payments to people without bank accounts is central to this idea. The social networking site, which owns WhatsApp and Instagram, is hoping to disrupt existing networks by breaking down financial barriers, competing with banks, and reducing customer costs. Also very important. Nicknamed Project Libra, Facebook plans for a digital currency network were first reported last December. And what is actually new now? They've now started a company in, I believe it was Switzerland, in Geneva. And it's called Libra Networks, which is, of course, the same name as this payment network project name. It's called the Libra project, I think it was. And that means that we are now one step closer to Facebook actually launching this, and that is very, very interesting. Another question is this actually a threat to crypto? Is this even a cryptocurrency? And what would it mean if Facebook actually launched a payment network? Well, that is what I want to go through with you now. I want to share my thoughts on what this so-called crypto actually is and in what ways it can threaten the crypto space. So let's get into it. So let's look at GlobalCoin. And we're going to look at GlobalCoin versus crypto, or GlobalCoin versus Bitcoin. We have GlobalCoin. And what's important here, what was the goal? What was Facebook goals? The Facebook goal is to provide banking services to the unbanked. A goal that is shared by many in the crypto space. And this was mentioned in multiple articles that I read today. Their mission to bank the unbanked, something that we've heard for a long time, and also to reduce fees for customers. And these two are important to look at. They're not planning on creating a coin that pumps. They're aiming at creating a payment network, right? And it's an important distinction. And it's an important distinction between what is crypto and what is, how would I call it, generally just payments or Facebook coin in general. They're two completely separate worlds. And something that perhaps the most important part of crypto is that it isn't controlled by anyone. Crypto is not controlled by anyone. It's decentralized, right? That is something that obviously you already know, but it is worth pointing out again that the main value proposition of crypto is its decentralized nature. That no one entity, doesn't matter if it's a state, doesn't matter if it's a company, can centrally control it, because all centralized power in the end lead to some sort of corruption. And let's actually replace this with, fiat, because that is really what we're talking about it, because the GlobalCoin will be probably at least fiat. I doubt that this will actually be backed by any sort of real value. It will be backed by Facebook as, the stamp of approval. That is what it will be backed by. It will be backed by Facebook and perhaps some dollars. Backed by Facebook. And the value proposition that Facebook has in comparison to crypto is not that it's decentralized, because it's not going to be decentralized, I think. It seems very unlikely to me. So the value proposition that Facebook offered is not a bad one. That's the important part. It's providing banking services to the unbanked is perhaps easier done with a centralized service. And it might even, and the same thing is true for reducing fees. And here's something that I spoke to some people, let's see, yesterday. And we talked about how are we going to give the banks actual competition? How are we going to give Visa and MasterCard competition to actually lower the fees? And that is something where Facebook can play a huge role here, because they come from the tech space and they don't sit on all of this old payment infrastructure, and they don't sit on this almost monopoly type situation that Visa and MasterCard sits in. Instead, these can actually challenge the banks. And they can challenge the banks in terms of fees and in terms of payment, what do you call this? Time. Transfer time, whatever, the time it takes to actually transfer money globally. They can challenge Western Union. They can challenge all of these already established players when it comes to the banking and payment services. But they will never be able to actually challenge crypto when it comes to its decentralized nature. And that is its absolutely biggest value proposition. It is a currency that is completely free from any central entity that no one can corrupt. And in many cases, even though crypto for many people is a Wild West, perhaps not to the people watching this channel, but that is the Wild West is way better than having a corrupt currency. Already today, that was yesterday, in the Swedish newspaper yesterday, there was an article about how crypto helped people in Venezuela. People helped feed their family because people are just eating trash in the streets. But people that have crypto and different projects that hand out crypto has actually helped people maintain their monetary value. And in a country where the government is printing money like, the inflation is just crazy, just printing tons and tons of money, people start weighing their money, then a cryptocurrency is not controlled by no one, and still its value is very volatile. That is way better than a corrupt currency. And Facebook, in the end, if Facebook gains the amount of power that it might do from this new payment network, they will inevitably become one of these old monopoly players where they are, stop with development, they stop with actually lowering the fees. And it may seem attractive to have Facebook do a currency because Facebook seem to be, on the outside at least, a good corporation with good values, and they want to provide banking services for the unbanked. But whenever someone is in a monopoly type situation, they're going to become corrupt, and they can never challenge crypto with this. And that is what's so special with actually decentralized cryptocurrencies. Not all cryptocurrencies are decentralized, and it is very hard to achieve because the company or the founder needs to walk away from fame, from money, from celebrity status, and from power. And that is what's so special about decentralized projects, real decentralized projects, where, for example, the founder is just walking away, just provides the project and then walks away. And Facebook would never hand over power of their so-called cryptocurrency to anyone except for themselves, because they don't want to give away power, they don't want to give away money, they don't want to give away control. Maybe it's not about fame when it's a company, but it's all about power and control. And that is where Bitcoin is going to keep its very unique place in the market, because no one will be able to compete with Bitcoin when it comes to this. Not at least a single corporation. With that being said, Facebook might go another route. Facebook might go for a more decentralized route, but I highly doubt it. And I also highly doubt that it's going to resemble a cryptocurrency like people in the BBC is writing. And they probably don't know the first thing about cryptocurrencies and what it means. So to call it a cryptocurrency is almost making mockery out of what crypto actually is. And but as I said, all of this is rumors so far, but I would never guess that Facebook would actually build a cryptocurrency that is decentralized in any way. I think it will have centralized power, or centralized control. It will have, it will have centralized control. And that means control over, in the end, who gets to actually use it, what the inflation will be, what sort of pegging it should have. It will be in total control. So it might even be worse than the central banks. It might even be worse than having fiat currencies. So we'll all see where this ends. The main takeaway from this video is that we need to look at the value proposition of these two potential currencies, because we still don't know everything about the Facebook GlobalCoin. And as it looks right now, it looks like Facebook is launching a payment network, and the value proposition is lower fees and banking for the unbanked. And that is necessary in a space that is dominated by banks that, using old technology, has high fees and high transfer times, and just makes a lot of money out of their position in the market. And they need a challenge. They need to become better. We need to push them to become better, to become cheaper. But that doesn't threaten the biggest value proposition of crypto in my mind. That is having a currency that is free from centralized influence, that is actually decentralized when it comes to power and when it comes to control. And that is what's the important takeaway here. No company will ever be able to threat that part of crypto. They might be able to outrun them when it comes to payments, but that's not very hard, because a decentralized network and currency such as Bitcoin or any other decentralized network has a hard time establishing a payment network because it doesn't have a centralized entity that can control it. So it's very difficult. But with that being said, I would like to hear what you think below. What do you think about the initiative, the GlobalCoin? Do you think it actually has a chance of succeeding? Because I do think it has a chance of succeeding, because it will challenge the banks. The question is it able to actually challenge Bitcoin in the same realm? That's what the unanswered question is, of course. But leave your comments or thoughts below, and I would love to chat with you over there. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you didn't, you can hit the thumbs down button, but that's not very fun. Also, get subscribed to the channel, of course, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.